Welcome, guys. Today I am setting up for a wedding. The bride wanted a fall wedding with in winter, so we are setting up the stage area with the backdrop and three arches in front of them. So right now, as you notice, I started adding drapes on the crossbars. And I added 6 drapes to the first crossbar and I hooked them up. Now the next thing, I'm going to add drapes to the second crossbar and hang it with a valance hanger. So I went and looked and I couldn't find my valance hangers. So in this video, I'm actually going to use zip ties. I'm going to use zip ties to hook the valance hanger. So I added 6 drapes on the other crossbar as well, on the front crossbar. So I'm hanging it with zip ties. So plan B again, which happen a lot while in this business. You forget stuff or you can't find stuff, so you gotta think quick. So in this case, you can use zip ties to attach the first crossbar to the second one. So I do attach the crossbars onto each other, and then I also attach the crossbars to the uprights. So I raised it up. I raised the uprights, and then I'm going to start draping the drapes in front. So I'm not going to do a super elaborate setup when it comes to the drape, because I want the arches. Is it arches or arch? I don't know, whichever you think is right. So I want the arches to be the center of attention. So I'm only going to I'm holding the metal drapes and I'm draping them to the side. So the left one to the right side. So basically crossing them or crisscrossing, yeah. And for this setup, the crossbars I use is the crossbar half goes from 8 foot to 14 foot. So I think I was doing like 13 or foot or the whole 14 foot, to the point that I didn't need to use 2 crossbars. So that's one thing too, that if you're buying your crossbars, make sure you buy the 8 to 14 foot one. It helps in a situation where you would have used 2 crossbar, you can just easily use one. So I was trying to do the second one, then I decided that it wasn't looking good. And now I have my assistant come in. I think he's hooking lights. He's hooking up lights. So this recording is going to end right before it ends, because my phone was dead. It was a long story for this setup. The truck wouldn't start that morning. We have to jump start it, a lot of other things, but we pull off the setup I think by 2 p.m. and they were starting at 6. So I'm only showing the stage area in this video, but at the end of the video, I'll show you the entire room. So right now I'm bringing the arches. So I'm putting the 7 foot arch in the middle and the 6 foot on the side. So again, since I said we were kind of behind on this setup, so some of the steps were kind of skipped. They were not in front of the camera. So right now I have my assistants who were zip tying the basswood, so the green basswood panels. They were zip tying them onto the arch. So we use the basswood before adding the greenery to kind of add some thickness, or make the arrangement full and lush. So you can use the green, the basswood, the green basswood first before you add your ferns in, just to make it full. You can add foam, but I think the basswood help. This is already green, it just blends in. So as you notice here, they wrapped the basswood to the cis. So I think I am attaching the 5-foot arches that are on the side. So we wrap, I think we did even those before we came to the venue. So we zip tie the basswood, the green basswood panels to the pieces of the circle arch before we came to the venue. So now we are just connecting the pieces to make the arch. So I think I did the 5-foot arches before we came to the venue, and right now one of my assistants is doing the 7-foot. You can do all of them at home before you come, or you can do them at the venue. I like to prep as much as I can before I come. So we're hooking that up, and now we just brought the 7-foot one. So what I did here, the sides, the 5-foot one, I used a greenery that was a little bit light green, and the 7-foot that's in the middle, I used a greenery that was basswood panel that was dark green. I should have edited this part out. He didn't know that I was recording, or he forgot, so he stood in front of the phone, but I did not realize it until I was editing. I didn't even know he stood in front of it for a while. But I didn't want to cut this part out. It was just too hard to do. So now we are bringing so we brought the 5-foot one to this one. So we are going to add in, so they are bringing the chairs that's going to go in front of it. So they put the chairs on the side. So right now I am adding my ferns into the basswood panels. I am instructing one of my assistants to add the fern into them how we want it. So I choose ferns as greeneries. You can use any kind of greenery that can make it full. So if you notice, the basswood in the middle is kind of full and darker green. The one on the side is just some of my old basswood panels that I've used for so long. So they don't look quite as full. So I told you guys, so this is the final product. So we basically just added a lot of ferns. We brought the cylinder stands and added flowers on top. So I told you that I was going to show you a little bit of the room too. So that's coming. So this is the final setup with the 3 arches and the chair in front of it. Some of the arrangements that we had. So this is the room. While I was doing the stage, my assistants were working on that, and I was going back and forth helping them too with them. Beautiful colors. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching.